Welcome back. We're talking about the plastic ban. Gentlemen, this is the part of the show that is my favorite. Every guest, I ask my guests what they would do if they were politicians. Tell me the 3 things you would do to grow jobs in the economy. You're on the hot seat. Veso, let's start with you.
What a fun question. Number 1, unleash the Canadian entrepreneur. This red tape, these regulations stifle innovation. And that is really a concern because we have to compete globally. And if we're not competing globally, we're going to lose. So very, very important for the government to not look at bans, but rather look at opportunities. How do we make recycling work better? How do we build more pipelines so that there's more raw materials that we can use to compete in the marketplace? How can we make building permits happen faster? You know, in Phoenix, Arizona, it takes 24 hours to get a building permit. In Mississauga, Ontario, it can sometimes take 24 months. So those are the kind of things I think we should focus on. And my pet one, of course, Jocelyn, is we must secure a Canadian exemption for Buy America. That's something that a lot of people forget. Our American friends love us until they don't love us. We have something they need right now. They need oil and gas. That's been very, very proven and very clear. And now's the time to secure a Canadian exemption so goods that we make can go down into the United States unfettered.
100%. Joachim, you're up. What would you do?
Well, I start with the sustainability. I would really foster innovation and encourage the industry to invest in state-of-the-art recycling infrastructure, making Canada an outright leader in the circular economy. Number 2, I would really want to replace the virtual signaling with true discourse and a stakeholder discussion with facts guiding decisions towards true sustainability. And then the last point, I would like to bring the spirit of freedom and abundance of opportunities back that so impressed me when I first visited Canada in the early 80s. This will require a vibrant culture of engaging all minds and hands and allows discussion and unconstrained thinking. That is so important that we don't stifle that. And then for that, we really need the small and mid-sized companies thriving.
Yeah, and you guys did some great work at Husky with going out and canvassing your employees, and I know freedom was very important to you. So, and very important to your employees and your suppliers. Bess, I'm going to give you the last word. Lori Goldstein wrote a great article on the PM single-use plastic ban is double trouble for Canadian taxpayers. Can you comment on this?
Lori Goldstein hits it right on the head, the nail on the head there. He said, our own government has a report that says the policy will double waste and it will double the cost of disposal. So when our government says, oh, we've looked at the science, they haven't looked at the science. They haven't looked at the implications. Their decision is purely political. It has nothing to do with the environment. The Fraser Institute just came out with a report called Canada's Wasteful Plan to deregulate or to regulate plastic waste. And they said Canada's waste in the plastic sectors is 3/1000th of 1% of all the plastic waste in the world. This is purely political. It has nothing to do with the environment. Let's work for the Canadian people. Let's work for Canadian jobs. Let's get to real work.
Absolutely, and we need to get the Canadian economy firing on all cylinders. The only way out of this mess is more jobs, more people working, paying taxes, and growing the economy. And this is the way we have to move forward. A plastics ban is not going to do anything except for cost us jobs and investment in Canada as companies start to scurry to move production in other areas so that they can compete. So thanks, gentlemen. A fascinating but scary piece of legislation that has clearly not been fully explored by the federal government. They haven't taken input from the industry and the consumers, and it's only ultimately going to drive inflation up more. So I want to thank you both for joining me for this very important conversation.
Thank you, Jocelyn.
Thank you, Jocelyn.
That's all the time we have for today. Thanks to my guests, Joachim Niewels, Vice President of Innovation and Sustainability at Husky Technologies, and plastics industry expert and Executive Director of the Coalition of Concerned Manufacturers and Businesses of Canada, Veso Sobot. I'm Jocelyn Bamford. Thank you for watching Canadian Innovators. If you're an innovator, tell us your story. Write to us at Canadian Innovators at thenewsforum.ca, and we'll see you next time right here on the News Forum Network.